Well, this is it, the last Akau TV for the season, and I'm joined by Akau racing manager Reese Trumper. Reese, thanks for all your hard work over the last 12 months. What's all the news, and what do you got planned through the winter months?
Hey, Hazy. I've had a pretty busy old week with the racing. Staff been working really hard. Got a few jumpers to keep us busy through the winter, which is exciting. Try to get all the staff out on a holiday and everyone freshened up for the spring, but we're starting to quiet down in numbers in the stable, but we've still got a lot to look forward to, all these jumpers.
And I guess just quickly on those jumpers, one of those devoted one there on must have been Sunday at our pony. Is he one to keep an eye on, or are there a couple of others?
Yeah, look, he'll have one more flat run at New Plymouth, and then he'll head over the sticks. He really loves the jumping roll, and yesterday we had Aquillo, which was Thursday, win a jumping trial. So he didn't show us much on the flat, but Sean Phelan was wrapped with the way he jumps, and he looks very exciting.
And it sounds like they could be joined by Rip Van Gogh, back the master, and maybe the Savabeel O'Diane, the Mighty Spa, in the coming months as well. And a couple of them can jump, and I know Mark's got quite an affinity for jumps racing as well. So watch this space. And Reese, I guess just quickly, there's probably been a number of yearlings that have come through the stable. The majority have been broken in and are starting to have a few jump outs, and we can expect to see some of them trialling in the early part of the spring as well.
Yeah, look, all the horses that have come in from the yearlings sales have been really good. We've had a dozen colts through from Karaka already. We've got the 2 Magic Million expensive colts in the stable at the moment, and yeah, they've really impressed us. They've all done everything right, and it's just the educational process that we've got to go through, but it's all worthwhile in the long run.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to, I guess, getting back into it in the spring and seeing some of the good horses trial up again, which I presume will be around July, August time, as it normally is, leading into some of those good races, Foxbridge Plate Day and the likes, going into the Hawke's Bay Carnival again. So we can't wait to get back into it. But before we do it, we'll wrap up on the season that is. And I guess just quickly, Mark's on 171 winners now. Do you have a guess of where you're going to get to by season's end?
It's going to be very interesting because we don't have a hell of a lot of soft track horses in the stable. But if the jumpers were to put their hands up, we could get to 185, 190. That wouldn't surprise us at all. But we'll just look after the horses. We're not out to break any records or anything. The horses, if they tell us they want to go for a break, they will. But we had a little tally and seen where we all added up. I got to about 190, I think.
Wow, that'd be not bad, Reese. So we'll see how good you are come the start of August there, the end of July, when the new season rolls over. And just quickly look at the other winners of the week. Good to see Kabuki when he was well ridden by Jonathan Parks. Of course, great to have Jonathan Parks back in the saddle, Reese.
Yeah, he's a fantastic rider. Obviously, you've had a bit of luck with him with On the Bubbles. He's ridden very well for Dave and Mark and Jamie in the past, and we're thrilled to have him back on. He gave it a peach and straight into the 1-1. He looked a bit flat, but he was quite a tough horse. He's unbeaten fresh up, and no, he's still got a lot more to come, this horse. The Satono Aladdins are obviously flying, and really looking forward to his next run at Rotorua.
Fantastic. And there on Hawera on Wednesday, a very nice horse in Stella Splendida really showed her class coming out and destroying a pretty handy field midweek there.
Yeah, she's with a lot of potential. As soon as she got into the 1-1, we knew she'd be very difficult to beat. She just cruised up to them. It was probably a track that wasn't really to her liking. It was quite puggy and sticky. If it was a bit looser, she would have probably won by more. But all she can do is win, and she did it easy.
Great. Well, let's rip into the runners this week. We're going to have a quick look at the runners at Rotorua there on Friday, and of course to Rapa for the Cambridge Breeders' Stakes meeting there on Saturday. I understand there's going to be a couple that will come out there at Hastings, so we won't have a look down there, but we're going to kick off there at Rotorua in race number 2, and one of those old jumpers we were talking about that might put his hand up this season in the Macmillan Accountants high weight is back to master. He draws barrier 1 with Michael Rouse to be on board.
Yeah, his first 2 runs have only been fitness runs, but he's going very well. He had a bit of a layoff after last season, but we've got on top of that niggles now. It's drawn a nice barrier, so hopefully he can get out in front and get bowling along. He'd obviously have to get rolling by about the 600 with that much weight on his back, but it'll set him up nicely for a race at Te Rapa the following week, open hurdles. But the horse looks great and he's going well.
And race 5, the Sweeney Townsend Insurance Brokers 12:30, rating 65, benchmark Melotti. The gelding by Burgundy draws barrier 5 with the informed jockey and leading jockey Michael McNabb on board.
His manners just keep leading him down on race day. He was a bit fired up last time out at Awapuni, brought him back to 1200 and changed a bit of gear around, put the shadow roll on just to bring his head carriage down a bit. When he won at Tauranga, he was unreal, wasn't he? So he's got the potential. Should get into a nice position from that draw, and it's not this overly a strong field, but hopefully he can get over the top of them late.
And another one that could potentially get over the top of them late is in race 7, the Habit Your Function at Arawa Park 1400, and that's Image of You. Originally drawn 17, few scratchings there this morning, so comes into 12. It might not be the worst place to be by race 7 as well. Has shown a bit, but has some, I guess, marginal barrier manners as well at times race. So if she jumps with them, she must be some sort of a chance.
Yeah, we'll just ride her quiet from that draw. She's going to be a lot better once she gets over a mile. But Warren Kennedy rode her last time and just thought maybe one more at 1400. Her barrier manners last time out were better. But we'll get her just to relax from that draw and get her to run on the last bit. But she's going well, and once she gets to a mile, she'll be winning.
And Invincible draws barrier 9 there with Joe Cameron on board.
We probably just got it wrong putting the blinkers on last time out. She just got a bit fired up, and so the blinkers come off. We've kept her at 1400. She's probably looking for more ground on her pedigree and racing style, but we'll just get her racing manners back being spot on. She is drawn awkwardly, so we'll just ride her quiet from there and get her relaxed into her own breathing rhythm. And as long as she's hitting the line strongly and doing things right today, we'll be happy.
And Hayati for Fortuna Racing gets the services of Jessica Allen, the new apprentice who seems to be doing a very good job in the last couple of weeks. Draws barrier 4 there.
She was very plain first up at Pukekohe. I think that was just a better track surface she didn't like. Once she got back onto a home track where she goes so well, she really put in. She's drawn a lovely barrier. 4 kgs off is going to help her, and the heavy track's obviously going to be very good for her as well. So it wouldn't surprise us if she really puts in a bold performance today.
And race 1, the Aon Insurance. So I'm over to Te Rapa now there for the Cambridge Jockey Club at Te Rapa meeting there on race 1 on Saturday. The Aon Insurance Brokers 2400, rating 75, benchmark. Leaderboard carried the grandstand. You could have almost ridden him there last time around at Matamata Race. And he put in a hell of a performance to run second. Is he going to go over the hurdle sometime soon as well?
So Leaderboard and the Mighty Spa both in this race are going to most likely back up into the maiden hurdle the following week at Te Rapa. They're both going very well. The Mighty Spa, his barrier man is just going to let him down sometimes. So drawing barrier 1, he'll probably get back in an awkward spot on the inside. But Tristan Moodley, another 4 kg apprentice, he looks like a very tidy rider. We've been very impressed with the way he rides. But his last start 4th in the Hawke's Bay Cup looks like great form for this, and the step to 2400 is going to really help him. Leaderboard, he's still got a bit of weight. I think he won this race 3 years ago, actually, with Smoking Joe on when he was a 4 kilo claimer, I think. So the 4 kgs off brings him down to a very competitive weight. And off his last start, and if there was any rain around, he could be winning this for sure. But both just getting ready for the following week where they love jumping.
Great. And race 2, the Cambridge Raceway 3-year-old 1600. Fellini brought up the New Zealand record for most wins in a season for Mark Walker last start. He finds himself here in another probably winnable race, drawn barrier 11 with Jessica Allen on board. Yeah,
first time at the mile. We'll just have to ride him quiet from that draw. But he's down in weight, obviously, which is going to really help him. He's going well, this horse. He's got a great record. So hopefully he gets one last run at them, gets over the top of them. There's not a hell of a lot of speed in it, which is a bit of a concern, but we'll just have to get him relaxed from them at the mole for the first time. And accidental tourist, he's drawn a lovely barrier. He's just got to jump out and make sure he can use it. His barrier manners were obviously woeful last time out when winning, but it showed that he's got potential to win a race like this, and getting up to the mole of the way he's racing should really help him. But he's got to jump out and put himself there.
In race 3, the D-size electrical and controlled 2-year-old set weight and penalty 1200. Another 2-year-old race for the season here. Egyptian Queen was good last start, coming second.
Yeah, she was excellent. There's a lot of 2-year-olds racing at the moment, so it's a very strong field. She should get into a nice position. She jumped well and did everything right on debut, so we expect the same again. Joe rides her a majority of her track work and gets on with her really well, so she's a chance of backing up into the Waikato equine race the following week as well. It's just to really give her a good look around Te Rapa, but we're expecting a bold showing from her on Saturday.
Then race for the Hudden Contracting 1300, rating 75 benchmark. YRL Cove draws barrier 14, but gets the services of Opie Blossom.
Yeah, he put in a really nice performance last time out at Awapuni. Obviously, the start before we took him forward, he did it all wrong, so we rode him quietly and let him charge to the line. We'll do the same again. The 1300 looks ideal for him. He's got a lot of ability, this horse, and hopefully he can put it all together on Saturday.
And Sophisticado ran well at Awapuni, first up there from the spell, and then kind of found himself midfield there in the Hawke's Bay. Backs up again there, draws barrier 12, Jessica Allen on board.
Yeah, it's probably just a bit of second up syndrome for Sophisticado. Back to the 1300 should help him. The draw is not too much of a concern because he doesn't have a hell of a lot of up and go speed out of the gates. So he'll be 3/4 of the way down the field, one off somewhere. The 4 kgs off is going to really help him. And the horse looks great and he's been working well. So hopefully he can put in again.
And race 5, the Group 3 English Sales Cambridge Breeders Stakes. We've got I Choose You there, drawn barrier 11 with Joe Cameron on board.
Yeah, she was excellent last time at Te Rapa. We weren't planning on running her there, but we thought she'd benefit from a run. She just did so well after a week out in the paddock. And she's really tidied up nicely since then. Her work's been really good and we've been happy with her. She's got the ability to win a race like this. Her racing manners can let her down at times. She can pull very hard. So we'll just ride her quiet from that draw and give her one last run at them. But she's certainly not out of this.
And Petrucci draws barrier 6 there with Michael McNabb on board.
Yeah, I personally have a lot of time for this filly. I think the better draw on Saturday is going to be ideal for her, and Michael back on is going to really help her. He gets on with her really well. He has a lot of faith in her, so hopefully she can land 3 back, 1 off somewhere, and we've just got to hold her up as long as possible and just give her one last shot at them, like she won her maiden race at Matamata, but she's got plenty of upside, and it wouldn't surprise us if she won it.
Great. And race 6, the Cambridge Equine Hospital 1400 open handicap. Ayatir Lad has won 2 of his last 3. Not bad for the old 6-year-old bay gelding by Savabeel there. Draws barrier 5 with Jessica Allen on board.
Yeah, he'll get back from the draw, ride quietly, but he's down in weight again, 52 kgs. He's a big, strong horse. The 1400 suits him, and it looks like a similar field to what he raced against last time. So hopefully he can get one last crack at them, but he's going well and he's certainly a winning chance.
And Aria Ree there. I know Sam Burgeson's got a bit of time for this mare by contributor. She draws barrier 11 with Joe Cameron on board.
Yeah, first time at the 1400 for us, so we'll just ride her quietly from that draw. There's a chance that we'll try and get her to the fillies and mares race at Rotorua in a few weeks' time. So it'll be interesting how she comes up over the 1400, but off the way she's racing, there's no reason why she wouldn't get it. I thought she was hitting the line strongly last time out at Hawke's Bay, so she's certainly not out of this.
And race 7, the Group 2 Travis Stakes, weight for age, fillies and mares over 2,000 metres. Aromatic was given a peach of a ride last start by Opie Bosson and winning the Group 3 Manawatu Breeders Stakes. She backs up here, draws barrier 7 with obviously Opie back on again.
Yeah, she's going really well, obviously. Like you said, Opie gave it a gorgeous ride, so she had every right to win the other day. So she's drawn well again. So she should get into a nice position from that draw. And we've been really happy with the way that she's gone on since then. And it's a good chance for her to get some more black type. She's obviously had a really good season this season. So all going well.
And the perfect pink draws barrier 11 there with Kozi Asano on board.
Yeah, the track at Pookie obviously on Saturday was a little bit too heavy for her, but I thought she still ran well enough. The step up to 2,000 meters is going to really help her, and Kozi was very keen to stick with her, which gave us a lot of faith in her as well. She'll just be running quietly from that draw. She doesn't seem to have a hell of a lot of gate speed, but she's certainly not out of this by any means.
Great. And the last race in the card there, race 8, it might not be the last actually, but it's a mainline Cambridge 1600 rating 65 benchmark. She's outrageous. Showed a bit last campaign. Probably gets up to a more winnable trip here, Reece.
Yeah, she obviously just didn't get a crack at them at Awapuni, but she's drawn a lovely barrier and there's a big run down to the first corner, so she'll get into a nice spot from there, and Opie up's a positive. And I think she won third up, who maiden third up, so that gives us a lot of hope. But certainly once she gets over 2,000 meters, she's going to be winning.
Fantastic. Well, Reece, can you give us one for your last? We'll go for before the spring. Send us off on a winning note.
Yeah, I think Aromatic will be very hard to beat again. She looks great and she's flying.
There you go. Group 2, Travis Stakes, Aromatic. Thanks for your time and everything this season, Reece. We're going to miss you on our screens over the winter, but we look forward to catching up with you again this spring. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you again soon, mate.
Cheers, Hazy.